Doing great. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for accepting my invitation and accepting to talk with me.
Of course. It was like a very nice opportunity as well. I saw your YouTube videos. It was really great. See you doing this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's very inspiring.
So I've gone through your profile and I have gone through your website and I came to know that you are a full stack developer, software engineer, software developer. At the same time, you are a freelance
Yes.
web
Yes, that's
developer.
correct. Yeah. Mainly, I am a full stack developer, but full stack developer mainly they specialize in designing and developing the front end and the back end. The front end is like what you see in a website, and the back end are the functionalities that makes the website even more interactive and more easily usable for the clients and the users of the website. So yes, that's true. Also, I am a freelancer and I also offer my services to create websites. I program them from scratch using multiple languages and frameworks as well to serve my clients the best satisfactory website that they can have.
So before talking about you and the services that you provide, can you please introduce yourself to my audience and to the world who is listening and watching you?
Oh, of course. So my name is Jim, and I am based in London, and but I am originally from the Philippines. So I 2011, and I've been studying computer science in university, and up until now, I am still studying, and I am in my last year of university, and yeah, so and then I got into freelancing, which really is a good opportunity to provide the talent that I can offer to help other businesses and individuals. So yeah, that's me.
So you're from Philippines.
Yeah, that's correct.
So you're still a student.
I am still a student and I am freelancing at the same time. Yeah.
Okay, so I myself, my name is Sai Churan. I'm from India and I completed masters in software engineering and graduation in computer science and engineering.
Oh, that's great, man.
So I have a technical background, so I'll ask deep questions. So
Okay, sure.
being just a student, have you done any projects in your college, your university?
Yes, I have created several projects for my university during my so I've been in university for 2 years now, and as I engage for my third year, I've created some projects that are um, not like I created some websites as well, but the first website I created was not up to par because like that was like those my ever make. So it wasn't really that good, but it did create a good result for my project though. But I don't think I have the files now, so I don't think I can show anything here. So yeah, so that's what I've been creating. I also created one game using Java, but yes, again, it was a game where it's like super yeah, that kind of game. That was the kind of game I was creating, but it wasn't that much. If you get what I mean, it was okay. It was an okay project, but yeah, definitely needs a lot of improvement. But if it's like done right, I guess serve joyful enjoyment to all the users. But yeah, so far there are a lot of projects that I will still create, and I'm gonna share it on my Instagram page when I have time.
It's inspiring, man. Being just a student, you provide services at the same time you're learning and uh, you're creating your own websites. It's really amazing. So, so can you tell in detail what are the projects that you did and what are the system requirements of your project and what are the tools that you have used and what are the language that you learned and completely what you know?
Oh, okay. So in university, I was taught modules that were mainly for programming, and the first programming language I learned in university is Java, and that's where I created the game project that I was mentioning earlier. But in my whole life, my very first programming language that I learned was Python, which I did many years ago, and I haven't really touched it again. But apart from that, I did also web development, and that's where I really got absorbed in, because being able to like design and develop it yourself with full flexibility and ease of use on the and there's a lot of languages that provides easily customizable features on the website. It just really absorbed me in making more of it, and that's where I found out that I can use this talent that I have learned into an actual service for clients. So for web development, I learned a lot of languages, which is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP as well, which I use. So, and right now for my clients, I am using the Laravel Framework, which is a PHP framework, and it provides a lot of backend functionalities that helps create functionalities that doesn't take a lot of programming compared to when you're using plainly PHP, where you have to code a lot of lines and it takes a while. So I use this framework to make life easier in web development. So yeah, that's really all.
So as a service provider, how many clients you have?
Currently I have 2 right now. It's really hard to work with an extra one, because as I am working alone and I am doing everything from scratch, so it really takes a while to complete them, and it's hard to get clients that are patient enough to actually wait for my other client projects to wait. But yeah, right now I'm serving 2 clients. One is a lawyer and one is a property investor. And right now I'm creating websites for them. And yeah, it's going great, really. And the property investor one is almost complete as well. So which I am really glad about. And I am really satisfied myself with the product I have made. And it's really good. I really maximized my potential on that project, and it took me a while to implement some features, and right now I am still developing it, and it has some errors. But yeah, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I can say. Yeah.
So how much time you took to understand the programming languages, and uh, uh, is there anybody who is helping you if you are unable to do, or if you are unable to fix the errors?
Okay, so about errors, it sometimes takes a while for me to debug, but sometimes I ask my friends for another perspective, because sometimes it can really get tiring and my perspective of finding errors can really get bad. So I ask my friends to somewhat help me and identify the bug if they can help me. But sometimes if they're not available, I just usually surf the internet for any solutions that can come up and help me fix my problem. Yeah. That's what I really do.
So currently you said you are working on 2 projects. So how you are able to manage your time? You have to study your subjects for the exams, and you have to give the
Oh, okay.
quality service to the clients.
Oh, I get what you mean. So basically, right now, I I'm done with my second year in university. So I'm on holiday right now. So I don't really have to think about any modules from university, and it can really get stressful. So I told my clients as well that tell me all the requirements that you need, and I'll implement them. And because I want to finish everything before I start my uni again, I said that because plainly I had this client a long time ago, and I had him when I was still doing my second year at university. And it was really stressful when I had him at the same time as my university studies. But now that I am finished, I had more time to complete them. So it is really a blessing to have this holiday. Yeah.
So what is the duration of your degree?
I have 3 years on my degree, but I'm still thinking if I'm gonna do a master's, so that's gonna be 4 years.
1 year for masters.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. So before coming to graduation studies, do you have programming languages? Do you have this technical knowledge?
Yes, of course. So for programming languages, I use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to mainly for the front end of my websites, and I also use PHP and MySQL to help develop the back end and serve data from database to the actual front end, so that people can visualize the data that has been inputted in the system.
So
Yeah, so that's
how many projects
sorry.
you did till now?
Um, for my clients, I've only done a few, and I've only started like recently. So around, I think I've done 5 around that. Yeah, but and still doing more. I claim it that more people will come over, and yeah, help me out with providing my services and stuff. Yeah.
So how individually how you can manage all these things?
So I didn't really do them all at the same time, but I did them one by one. So some of them didn't really take long, and some of them like only took a week. So it didn't really clash with my other projects at the same time. So yeah, so I was really focused on just on finishing the product as well, and so it just took a week for most of them, but some of them like really likes to implement them and be careful with the details. So it some of those clients, they take a while more than a week. So yeah.
So do you have any inspiration, or do you have anybody who is motivating you?
um there's a lot of YouTubers that I watch actually that motivates me into creating more dynamic and more impactful features and functionalities into my website. So everything that I watch, I try to implement them myself and somewhat change them into making them my own, so that I can also use them in my client projects. Yeah.
So you said you're a full stack developer. So what is the difference between these developing websites using the tools that you said and developing website on WordPress?
Um. Okay. So WordPress, it's more like it's pre-programmed, if you get what I mean. So like WordPress is something that you can just use to um so for example, okay, let me talk about programming first. So about programming from scratch, it takes you a while to actually um, code a section of one of the website. But WordPress, you can simply just change the font by a click of a button. You can simply change the styles of the text or the image in a click of a button. But in programming, you have to code it yourself to be able to create the functionality that you need for the client. So for WordPress, you can simply just type in and then click buttons that can automatically change the style. But I prefer programming it from scratch, simply because I think it's more flexible. I believe it's more flexible that you can coding it yourself. You can basically do what you want, like be who you are in development. So, but in WordPress, you are limited into using those buttons and the styles that are being offered by the system itself. So that's simply why I prefer programming it myself. Yeah.
That's really great, and that's a good thing that you're doing from the scratch, because you will have like 360 degrees knowledge. Uh, you will know what is working and what is not working. So
Exactly. Yeah.
you're working on 2 projects. So what are the tools that are using, and what are the languages that are needed for the development?
So for the development, I mean, mainly I also design it myself. So everything that is being seen in the website, I design it in software using Figma. Figma is a drag and drop making that you can use to visualize what you will develop, because it makes it easier for you to think about where to place the images, where to place the text itself. But apart from the design, I also, for the development, I use PHP mainly. PHP is the Laravel foundation language of Laravel. So PHP and HTML, SCSS, and JavaScript. That's all. That's the main technologies that I use to create my websites for my clients.
And where do you host?
The hosting providers are mainly provided by them. They just tell me that they already have a domain. So there's a lot of what do you call them? Hosting providers that are being used by my clients. So one of them is CloudLax, one of them is GoDaddy, and I myself, I have a website. It's I use DreamHost for that. So it's really just everywhere, yeah. But I'm also looking to partner with a hosting provider company, so I can use their services, in which I can recommend my clients to, so that I can also easily manage the files that are in their websites. Sometimes in other hosting providers that I have no experience in, it's hard to find my way around it, because like logging into cPanel, logging into their services, and logging into their domains, it's really hard to manage my way around it. The other one that my client had is CloudLax, and it was my first time seeing that, so I didn't really know, and I had to have a lot of research about it. I also ended up contacting CloudLax itself and helping me about it. It's quite confusing, but it's really satisfying once you find out how you actually navigate your way around the platform. Yeah, it's really great.
So you want to collaborate with the hosting services providers, so that you can.
Sorry, you lost your internet connection there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. So you want to collaborate with the hosting service provider, so that you want to uh, be the ambassador of their company, and just suggest people or the clients, and so that it will be easier for you to understand the user interface. And
exactly, yes, that's correct, precisely.
so you're saying that different hosting service providers have different ways of showing the products.
They mainly do the same thing, but the way that they have laid out their website, so it's really hard to find. Some of them, it's like one small button to get into this place, so it's really hard to find it. But some others as well is much more easier. Yeah.
Have you hosted on AWS?
AWS? No, I haven't really. No.
Do you have
But
idea about it?
But I've heard of it. I tried to start a web development course on AWS, but I didn't really get the start of it, because I started serving clients already and just doing my university.
So I'm a solution architect, AWS solution architect trainee. So I'm
Okay, that's great, man.
understanding the services of AWS, and there are a lot of services. More than 150 services are there. I also hosted two websites, and I converted websites into mobile apps, Android apps, and which are there in Google Store right now. So I like 6 to 7 websites that I created for myself.
What are they called?
Right now, you can see, I'll put on the screen.
Okay, sure.
Smart cherries tech.com,
Okay.
smartcherriesthoughts.com. Tech is completely about what I learn, what I learn every day. So I'll just try to explain it one by one. And the other one is non-technical, just writing general thoughts. And I just I'm a content writer. I'll write content. I have like 4 to 5 years of content writing experience.
Oh, that's amazing, man. I also worked with the client for content writing. Yeah, so that's great, man.
Yeah, so I've gone through your profile and it was amazing, man. The way the user interface, the front end is really really good. Is that your own idea?
Sorry.
I've gone through your website. Your front end is very very good. So is that
Oh
your
yeah,
own
that's
idea?
my yeah. I've also created that myself. Yeah. Well, I'm on the road to redevelop it as well, so I can improve its UI much more greater. Yeah.
So can you create website using? I mean, if if a client gives any functionality, can you put it?
It really depends on the functionality. Sometimes I have connection on LinkedIn that I ask about to that I ask help from, so I can understand it more clearer on what the client um, wants to put on the website. Yeah.
So what is your favorite subject in computer science?
A favorite subject? That's really broad, and there's a lot of them really. So my main favorites are the programming modules, and this past year, I did C++, and it was a really great experience. And so far, that's actually my favorite. But that's outside of web development. But in web development, my favorite is Laravel and PHP. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm sure after this video, a lot of people from different parts of the world will contact you for their for
Thanks.
creating their websites.
Thank you, man. That's really amazing, man.
And also
Thank you.
this will be on my podcast. People who will listen from any part of the world. I will put your website link in the description of this video and
Okay, thank you, man.
your contact links in the description. People who
Yo,
finds our video,
thank you.
they can take your
You're
service.
amazing, man. You're amazing. Keep
So
doing these things, man. You're very inspiring.
so definitely it is a good experience for me, and at the same time it is like giving and taking. I'm also learning so many things. So can you
That's amazing.
can you tell a little more about the work that you're doing? You're still a student. I know that you're not into the industry, but I have interviewed. Have you seen my technical YouTube channel?
No, I don't think I have, but I've seen the other ones where you interviewed other people as well.
I'm sure you will see when I'll put this video on the technical channel.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah, I took interviews of the people who are into IT for 25 years, 20 years,
25 years.
20 years, 15 years, 12 years, 9 years, like who are
Oh, that's
contributed. You're the
amazing.
young person.
I guess I
Yeah.
am the youngest.
So, but still,
Yeah.
I never met a person, a student who is doing his own projects and doing for the clients and just
It's a really
being
good
the same.
experience as well as a background before it prepares me to be in the industry after graduation. So I know what I am supposed to expect, and I know what I am supposed to do much more easier. Yeah.
And Microsoft and Amazon
Yeah.
recruiters will be watching this video. Maybe you'll get a call.
That's amazing. You're amazing, man.
So, uh, how old are you?
I am 19. I'm turning 20 soon.
You're just 19. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to tell to the world because people watch you?
Um, I just want to tell everyone that is also a student, my fellow students, that start your professional life early. It will really benefit you in the after your studies, and just get the experience of it, and then you will learn how to do what people do in the industry you're in. So if you're a technical person like me, learn a lot of programming languages that suits your taste. Don't don't learn all of them at once, because it can really get baffling. But learn learn a language that will that will suit your taste. Like for example, me, I did web development, so learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and the main frameworks and libraries. So that's what I want to say to all my fellow students. And yeah.
So, how you do projects? Uh, how you learn?
Sorry.
How you learn projects? I mean, how you do projects?
What do you mean?
Uh, I mean, where I mean, you don't have this is not the where you're doing for the college or you're doing for the client, for your own projects, where that inspiration is coming from, and where do you, I mean, what are the tools that you use to learn a language? It is not that it is a theoretical thing. You have to do it practically. So where do you
Okay.
do and how to practice? This will be your words and the way you practice. If you tell that, new people who watch us, who are not who
Mm.
are who,
Okay.
who
So
because they are into theory and all, if
okay.
tell them about the practicality, how to learn.
So for the practicality of programming, so there is theory in in programming as well, but only learning the theory won't really help. As like it's like you're absorbing the knowledge from the books, but you're not only practicing it. It won't really stick in your head, and it will be really hard to learn. So, for example, think about it like this: you prefer programming, but you like programming, but you only like reading books, but you're not actually programming. So it doesn't really help you in any way because you inputting the work yourself and practicing it every day is much more beneficial than actually reading a book. Someone that hasn't read a programming book will learn more in if they practice programming itself. So what I'm saying is that being theoretical is good, but being practical is way better. So um, so just do you say that? So practice every day, for at least 30 minutes. If if you can't push more, then that would be more amazing. And trust me, if you keep doing this every day, it will really help. And there's also this challenge in the internet where it's like 100 days of code or 365 days of code. And I have a friend that's been doing it for like in her 210th day now, and she's been really good at programming, and there are things that she's learning that I haven't as well. So it's really amazing to see people that are being inspiring, and it helps me motivate myself as well to learn those things so that it can help me in my future experiences and encounters as well. So learn the practicality of programming. That's the benefit of it.
Awesome. So can I put this audio and video clip on my YouTube channel with your permission?
Of course, yes. I permit that.
Okay, and also can I put this video and audio clip on my website, podcast, and social media, internet,
Yes,
everywhere
of
with your
course.
permission?
I agree with that, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah, and have you seen any previous videos of mine on YouTube?
Sorry?
Have you seen any videos of mine on YouTube, and what do you say about my videos?
Oh,
Have you seen it?
the interview with others.
Yeah, yeah.
The your work is really inspiring. Like I've also wanted to create my own YouTube channel, but I don't really know the content that I should put. So I plan to make programming myself. But like when I saw yours, it was really amazing to see someone that's making a change in this world. It's like I like your idea about how your content is about interviewing other people about what they do and learning more as well and learning about what they do. I saw your about what they do, and there's a lot more professionals that you have talked to, and it's amazing to just see you getting more into the industry and learning about everything. Even though it's a little knowledge, it really helps a lot. That's what I liked about your YouTube channel. I subscribed as well, by the way.
So, as a web developer, as a person who is a continuous learner, as a service provider, so uh, as a full stack developer, so I'm talking with people who are already in the industry, who are talking about the projects uh, that are already in the industry, who are handled by their companies. They're working for different projects. Already the projects they're taking from the clients, and very big companies like Microsoft, Amazon, different company
Yeah,
officials,
exactly.
professionals are coming to my show. Me talking with those people and trying to grab information what they are doing and try to understand what the software that they are using and how they are correcting their errors. And so what do I learn from all these professionals who are into different parts of the world, but still IT industry, and who have like more than 20 plus years experience? What do I learn from them?
Wait, sorry, what was your question? You cut off a little bit.
So what do you think that I will get from that?
Knowledge, basically. Knowledge is what unites us all together, and it gives us like general knowledge about what they do, and learning more about what others do. It's like you're implementing all the knowledge into yourself, and that you are knowing more about all their professions as well, and seeing what they do on a daily basis is the main core of it. So that's what I think. And also, it's not just you that's learning in this in your YouTube channel. Also, all the people that are watching, you are interviewing them questions, the professionals, and all the watchers are also learning from that. So it's really amazing to see that, even including me, I am learning more from your interviews about what other professionals do. So yeah.
So send me your links. I'll put in the description. People who find the video, and they can find you and can see the work that you did, and they can know what you're doing, and maybe they can collaborate with you. They can continue relation. Maybe, who knows, something will happen for you. I hope
Yeah.
you'll do more great things. You're just 19. I'm sure
Yeah.
when you become 28 or 29, you're going to be the CEO of your own company, maybe.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I pray that you also get your own show, like an actual show, and where you invite professionals to just talk to you about what they do in it.
So someday, on the same day, maybe you create some application like Facebook or like Amazon, like very big website, and you become
Yeah.
one of the billionaires in the world. So definitely, I want to have a chat with you, and I want to tell again to the world and to my audience.
Okay. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Take care.
Take care, man. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. God bless.